Welcome in, y'all. Cowboy here. Got my co-host Joseph Flapjack, or Joey Pancake, if you'd rather, over here with me today. And we're going to be going over the cutter. So let's talk about best builds for the cutter. I've got two for you today. One is going to be a healing-centric build. So if you're doing like the Vikram boss fight, and you want to support your friends that don't want to run the meta to just cheese it, or like you're trying to do the really hard mode one that's coming up, the Great Shadow that comes out on like the 10th. This is a great build for you. Or stick around or fast forward to the end if you're more interested in that. We have a damage cutter coming up at the end for you. But just a reminder, guys, please subscribe to the channel, comment if you enjoy the content, let me know what you don't enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, just give me some feedback, you know what I mean, help me out. It's very much appreciated, and I'm trying to help you guys out. I'm doing a giveaway right now. When we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away the entirety of my inventory, guys, my entire inventory, my whole stash, all my materials. I have every weapon in the game, every armor in the game, every furniture in the game, a decent amount of materials, you name it. I'll be taking off everything out of my ships, giving that away as well. So I'm going to be like fresh starting once we hit 500 subs. Then I'm going to do it again at 1K subs. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, all you got to do is just subscribe to the channel and then comment on a Skull and Bones video. That way I'm not giving my giveaway to somebody who's here from like a different game, because I will be putting out content for some of the games pretty soon. So anyways, getting into it, guys. Let's talk about the cutter. So it is a support type boat. It's got this really cool passive, Unburden. Now, a important difference to notice, guys, because I didn't realize this at first. The difference between Unburden here versus the Barks perk is the Bark heals like an AoE with this passive 0.4% heal per second. I thought this did too. This is just for us. Now, I have no qualm with that, guys. I still do a lot of healing. And this 2% right here, guys, is not to be trifled with. This 2% splash healing is absolutely insane. I've had it keep me alive in the Vikram fight. I've had it keep like 8 people alive in the Vikram fight before. I had some pretty crazy clips. I just cleaned out my hard drive, sadly, but when the new Vikram comes out, guys, I'll put like a little montage clip up for you guys from the hard mode, and show you guys how much healing this does. It's insane. Just have everybody stack on top of you and run the build with rockin', and there's so much going on. We'll talk about it more when we get into the weapons. But lastly, we have Unsparing, guys. When you 6 out of 6 this boat, you get Unsparing. It's a good passive, but it's not needed. Basically, how this is going to work is when you heal an ally, you're going to increase the effectiveness of their repair kits by 30%. So that's my understanding of it anyways. It could also be that after healing somebody, you heal them for 30% more. But the world will literally never know, because the wording on this is so bad, and like when you actually use it, I don't have a friend to test with. I don't have friends. I'm antisocial. You know what I mean? So I have no way of testing this. I just can tell you what I've seen from trying to test it with randoms. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the stuff that I can test. All right. So this, again, remember, bear with me, guys. This first build, if you want an all damage build for the cutter, I got you. Don't worry. This first build though is targeted around healing the Vikram fight with like no Garudas kind of style, like day 1 season 4 what we were rocking. This is pretty much my build for that, and it was a lot of fun, I tell you what. So Bane of Ten Suns on the bow. I don't often recommend ballistas, guys, but this is a really special ballista. I mean, even the name, this was made for the Vikram fight, guys. This came out in season 3. I guarantee you it was while they were developing the Vikram fight, because what it does, guys, it fires a bolt that drills in a straight path, piercing multiple targets, dealing 50% increased damage to each target after the first. Really strong, guys. So every target it punctures after, it deals 50% harder, 50% harder, 50% harder. Really nice, because Vikram, when he puts out those buoys and they put up the big bubbles around him, the protective bubbles, this pierces those. Those are supposed to absorb all projectiles. It does not absorb these. This pierces that, and so what can actually happen is you can stack up like 4 or 5 bubbles. You can shoot through a buoy, through the bubbles, and hit Vikram in a weak spot, and you can crank that man for like 100k with this thing. It's nuts. Um, you can also just shoot through Vikram and kill the monoliths behind him. You can shoot through his bubbles. You can line it up so you shoot him through his bubble. You're hitting him 50% harder, and then you hit the monolith behind him 100% harder, and it's going to be a weak spot guaranteed every time. This is also a piercing 3 weapon, so it gets huge weak spot multipliers, guys. 250% right there. That's very nice. And then charge up to 420% increased damage and 900 meters range. So 4K a shot base, which is pretty nice for a spammable thing. Now, I will talk about the furniture revolving around this in a second, but let's go ahead and move on. So for our broadsides, guys, we're taking white jade. Remember I was talking about all the splash healing we have? So that 2% increased healing, plus the splash healing from this, plus the absolutely ridiculous amount of healing this already does, guys. So the cutter is a small boat. When you upgrade it, it gets 50% more healing on its broadsides. On top of that, guys, it gets 60% additional healing. So you have 110% increased healing with these culverins, which is nuts. And then you throw the 75% splash heal on top of that, and then everybody's healing for 2% of all of your healing. And you can throw out repair bombards on your sterns, what I rock there, and then you can throw out Little Grace 3, and then that's healing everybody around you for like almost 2k healing. And then you get 2% of that splashing. So like you heal 8 people for 2k, right? That's what, 16k healing. Then you're healing 2% of that to everybody, and it's so much healing, guys. You don't realize how much healing it is. It's way more than even I was expecting. I couldn't figure out where all this extra healing was coming from until I had to reread the pass, and I was like, there's no way this is the 2%. Well, it was the 2%. So I can't tell you guys how OP this is. You just had to try it. You got to see it for yourself. But moving on, guys, I like Buccaneer's Oath because when we kill the bubbles in this fight, Buck Oath is going to give us 25% increased weapon damage and armor. This is going to translate to 25% additional healing, and then us being a little bit tankier for 30 seconds. We can easily kill buoys. We can easily kill stuff with this. But if you wanted to rock a safer approach, guys, less offensive as a healer, Black Prince is a really good option, or Immoral Vessel in case you mess up. The team is not dying because you messed up. You can continue to save everybody. As opposed to you die and then they have no healer for the next 40 seconds while you respawn and get back to everybody and set up again. And this can save a wipe. So just note that if you have that from season 3. But scoping station is going to be the furniture that I recommend, guys. This is huge when you're playing max range with that that ballista we just talked about. You just keep this up on Vikram the whole time. You absolutely slap that man, like I said, for like 100k if you pierce multiple bubbles and you hit a weak spot with him. Absolutely smack that man. Really cool. This helps all your DPS guys. If you're rocking this, all of your Garudas can rock the Chulings. Where is that? No, I got one. Right here. All of your DPS can rock Chulings. If your Garudas, if you got them in play, can rock Chulings. So you're giving them that 100% increased weak spot damage, and then they can actually get an additional 30% on top of that, plus an additional 12% on top of that. Really, really, really nice for everybody involved. If you're able to coordinate that with like your friends, if you have those, I personally don't, as I mentioned earlier, join the Discord. I'm going to throw a Discord link up in my my bio for my channel, so check that out, guys. If you guys want to play with me, we can get some real weird stuff happening. We can do like a everybody runs this build, nobody dies, we cheese the boss, we just stand still and shoot him through his bubbles, don't give a flying flipperoonie about nothing. It'll be really funny, really fun, everybody have a good time. But anyways, moving on, guys, that's why we rock scoping station. We are using Little Grace as our buoy for our auxiliary. This is just giving us additional healing on that, making it an absolute freaking mollywop of a heal per second. Join your workshop, same thing, just increases all of our healing. Really, really, really nice. Compagnie screens is going to increase our survivability should he pummel us with that hellfire that he does. We have Gears Workshop. This is just going to let us pump out more damage with that ballista when we're not busy healing, and then this is just, again, more damage with the ballista. So, very simple. Now, let's go ahead and swap this up. If you guys wanted to play this as a solo, I would recommend that you rock Basilisks on your broadside. Go ahead and put those on. For your port and your, or not your port, I'm sorry, your bow and your stern, we're going to put on Divine Thunder for both. These are the hardest hitting Demi Cannons. Theoretically, if you wanted to, you could actually throw on like Noshkar, actually, and that's going to give you a little bit more healing. If you need more self-healing for some reason, but again, I like the straight damage of it, so we're going to stick to the Divine Thunder. But keep the Little Grace, guys. Little Grace is amazing. Keep Buccaneer's Oath. This is really good. Or you keep your Black Prince if you prefer to be a little tankier with it. You could keep Scoping Station. Personally, I would go like probably Signal Gong, because we're going to be pumping out a lot of crew attacks. And then I would respec this. You can actually keep Machinist, because we're going to keep that as our buoy. We're going to take all this off, okay? And we're going to go a crew attack build for this. Is truly, I know this sounds really weird, guys, but it is the best thing for damage right now, especially if you're doing events. It's absolutely nuts for public events. So simple as that, guys. Where's the bell? There we go. The call. What's wrong with the call? Signal Gong. Machinist table. It's going to give us more healing. Strange Elixir gives us range and faster crew attack charge. Boatswain's Call increases crew attack damage, crew attack charge rate, crew attack charge rate, crew attack damage. You could swap this off, and you could go Scrapper Station if you needed more healing. Just this one right here, it's going to give you 8k whatever your crew attack, but we should already have plenty of healing. If you did want to stay with Scrapper Station, though, you could actually take a Little Grace off. You could go with like a Warhammer, perhaps. You wanted to do a Warhammer. That's one of the hardest hitting auxiliaries in the game. You would then take Machinist table off. You could go like Organ Harvesting Station. It's going to up your rocket damage. Or you could go like a defensive item such as Compagnie Spirit's Locker to give you some more brace strength. Super good piece. Maybe you're worried about Vikram or something, or some kind of big one-shot. Guys, remember, all of the really big damage, really big hitters are usually AoEs in this game. So 15% mitigations from the Compagnie screens, you're cooking with this, guys. This is the bacon grease. You want to be throwing this on everything. That gives it flavor. All right. And yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. This is my go-to like cutter build right here. I love Basilisks because Basilisks give us supercharged crew attacks. This thing zooms the crew attacks, guys. And then you throw this furniture on. I mean, we're sitting at like what, 15, 21, 31% increased crew attack charge rate. So 31 on top of that 51, guys. Oh, it's so fast. It's going up so fast. You're basically spamming crew attack, broadside, crew attack, broadside. If you enjoyed the content, guys, like, subscribe. Please comment down below. It helps me, and again, it gets you guys entered in the giveaway. GG's. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Check the playlist on my channel if you guys are looking for other builds too. I got other stuff. I got better stuff. Trust me. Check out my Brigantine build. Brigantine, my Badar. Those are probably the two that I'm the proudest of right now. But GG's, guys. Take it easy.